Yo, guys, welcome to the CEOs Networks podcast. And today, the topic at hand, it's a little bit scary. Will you survive 2024? Because there's so much on the way just next year alone. We've got the elections. People are still making noise about the pandemic. We have two wars going on right now. We've got Russia, Ukraine, Israel, Hamas. I mean, guys, there's even people complaining about the climate. What's going on next year?
Who do you think is the first to go? What group of people are the first to go?
Poor people. Bro,
We
the
gotta
rich is
remember-
getting richer. The poor is getting poorer.
In every aspect.
Exactly. So it's
But
like
be specific. What kind of poor people?
all of them.
There's many types of poor people. There's fat poor people. There's skinny poor people. There's
your
poor
pick?
people by scenario. There's poor people by choice.
By color.
There's poor people by color.
Listen,
So what's your pick?
Honestly, fat poor people.
God. What is wrong with
100%.
you?
Fat poor
Listen,
people. 100%.
it's hard to really say that that's the first group to go.
That's the first group that's gonna go, bro. You know why? Because at least if you're poor and you're fit, you got like the mentality of like, okay, progressing. I'm gonna keep getting better. I'm gonna keep getting better. I'm gonna try. But
there
if you're
are
just
fat people that are wealthy.
no. Like you be wealthy and fat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't be fat and poor. You understand?
Well, look, so most people, right, especially nowadays, right? It's always New Year's time.
Right.
Oh, New Year's resolution, New Year's this and that, right? So with the topic of can they even survive? And now you're gonna also have people that are gonna make New Year's resolutions about next year, right? Do you think these people are gonna follow through on the resolutions? Do you think how do you think everything I've just listed is gonna impact them staying committed to those resolutions as well?
It's that's a really hot topic right now. Everybody's
what's the
looking
most
for
cap New Year resolution?
That-
Most cap
that-
New Year's resolution that
that's-
people say.
that's going to the gym. That's cap right now.
Going to the
going
gym?
to the gym January 1st is cap.
This
It's
year I get
capping.
my six-pack?
Why not work on your health every day starting today? You
Well,
gotta
look at
wait
it this
next
way.
year. Then January comes, you go for 2 weeks. Then February comes, you go for a month,
Look
for
at
a
it
week.
this way. Gyms capitalize on that.
They
know,
do.
They know.
They know. They waiting
They know
for it,
you're
bro.
not gonna.
Yeah.
Bro,
They know.
Planet Fitness is literally there to make sure, like that. They said, you know what? How are we gonna get people to come
Pizza,
Right.
and still
Free
pay us?
pizza.
They give you food. They give you, bro.
candy, and pizza.
Gyms capitalize on the fact that people make New Year's resolutions every year.
I think they're gonna start
Listen,
paying their
Frank, I'm
rent.
gonna put you on the
every
spot.
year.
Spit game right now. Gym game right now. Your gym. New Year's is coming. What do? Go.
New year, new me.
Ah, come on. That's too.
That's some fugazi thought that everybody wants to, follow for New Year. Listen, when it comes to health, start it tomorrow. Fuck waiting until January 1st to do it.
Absolutely.
Right? Because you can die from here to January 1st. Plain and simple.
You could die right
you
now.
you can die
While
right now.
watching this.
Unhealthy people out there that are not really taking care of their health and they're saying, let me do it January 1st, they can die of a heart attack next week. So why are you going to postpone your health plans for a new year? And then next year comes, you're going to go for 2-3 weeks of, January and February. And then March, you're never going to show up. You're paying free
How do you
free
get New
membership
Year's
to a gym.
finances?
What's that?
How do you start the new year with the proper finances?
Well, that's tough if you haven't really planned well to finish with a strong quarter 4.
Yeah.
Right? The year is broken down into 4 quarters, into 12 months.
Yep,
And
that's a
every
fact.
quarter, people should have goals, right? Those goals should be to improve health-wise, financially, in every aspect, right? We all have little goals, but sometimes, here's what happens. Sometimes we say we're going to do it, and we never really create the strategy to get there. That happens in business. It happens in health. It happens in personal relationships. It happens in everything, right? Like, often, there's no strategy behind the idea of doing something.
Yeah. I want to create like a new fitness program that I want to pitch to gyms, and I call it like Motivation Now, which is like if you don't hit your fitness goals, randomly a bomb will be mailed to you.
Look, I think that there's a great opportunity for us entrepreneurs out there to capitalize in January and February with people doing this. I think we got to make a gym that has a lot of chairs and people just go and sit down and like do something like this, and this is their workout.
Or
Because
the chair like
people,
moves and
right,
vibrates.
it does a movement for you, right? Like we're gonna set up that gym setup.
So look at it this way, right? So what are the common reasons that you guys think that people tend to not stick to their New Year's resolutions?
It's hard. Simple. It's hard.
Humans. Here's the thing: humans are naturally lazy, and
Right.
we're naturally negative, and we're naturally looking to adopt the negative behaviors before the positive behaviors, right? And it starts when you're a baby, right? My daughter, for instance, right now, I'm fighting with her every single day so that she behaves properly and she doesn't learn the bad things, right? Learning the good things is hard. Implementing good things is hard. You know, and like living a good lifestyle is in general hard, right? So what happens with New Year resolutions? For 18 years, let's say I'm starting to speak to 18-year-olds right now, right? For 18 years, you're grooved to be one way, and then all of a sudden you think that you're gonna change in January 1st. That's really hard to break. It takes 21 days for the human brain to adapt to a new idea or behavior, and that is in a few instances, not all instances, right? You have to be very disciplined. You have to sacrifice certain things, and most humans they don't want to sacrifice.
I think I
Well-
just want to be fat and eat McDonald's.
That's exactly the reason why people don't really progress
Well,
because
the main
they
thing
can't
is-
sacrifice little things like that.
The main thing is, right, like what you just mentioned with someone who's 18 years old, they've been living life one way, right?
Yep.
I think for most people, the fact that they want instant change. Because they want instant change, they end up giving up because they want instant change,
Right.
right? And a lot of times, even with, let's say you want to start going to the gym more, right?
Right.
You want to eat healthy. You want to do this and this and this and this, right? Rather than just like you analyze a goal backwards, most people don't do that. They
Yeah.
just, oh, I'm gonna start going to the gym. Okay, well, how far away is the gym? Because the further that gym is, the more likely you're not gonna want to go,
Correct.
right? Because you're like, dang, I gotta get up,
Get your
I gotta
clothes
get
ready.
out of bed, I
Have,
gotta put my clothes on, I gotta start the car, I gotta warm up the car, I gotta wash my windows, and then I gotta drive 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes just to get to the gym. Now,
So get a gym close
that's
by you.
completely that kills it, right? Now it kills it. So now you also have the people that say, oh, I'm gonna work out at home. Okay, you're gonna work out at home,
And that's hard.
but then you're also gonna be
Too many distractions
I
at
don't
home.
want to get out of bed.
Yeah. You get
Right?
lazy.
Bro, I think if people were to say whatever their New Year's resolution is and actually look at it backwards, how can I make it easier for me to actually get to this goal?
Yeah.
Right? You want to eat healthier? Okay, what can you eliminate from your cabinets? Okay, you're going to clear the snacks, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, right? But most people don't look at it that way, right?
Yep.
We live in a instant gratification society where everybody wants to pull out the phone. Uber Eats is on your phone, ready to go. Whatever it is you want, you can literally get it at the touch of a button. And
That's
because of
social
that,
media. That's
bro,
Amazon. That's Uber.
it
That's
kills
some
it.
of those
And guess
companies,
what?
right?
Those companies,
that's,
they know.
that's
they're
what
profiting.
that's what they're doing to the human brain,
That's
right?
what they want.
And what you're speaking about in details is actually reverse engineering things, right? For you to have a plan of action and being disciplined to follow that plan of action is the most important. Because what happens is discipline is not, oh, I'm gonna do it when I want to do it. Discipline is I'm gonna do it when I don't want to do it, right? Because when you're doing something that you like doing, you're actually having pleasure,
Yeah,
right?
bro.
But when you're not doing something, when you're doing something that you don't like, that's not pleasure, that's sacrifice, that's discipline, right? That no matter what happens, you're gonna do it because you know that at the end of the tunnel, there's going to be a reward waiting for you, right? And that reward can be financially, it can be health, it can be whatever. And what happens is, like, you know, we've been speaking about this, people don't want to sacrifice. People don't have that discipline to say, I'm going to stop eating this, I'm going to eat this. I'm going to, let's say, wake up 1 hour earlier to go to the gym, or I'm going to do this and that, right? Like, it's so many different things and different ideas. And one of the biggest and most common New Year resolution plans for people is finding a new job or something that pays better or changing careers or learning something new, right? Like that is often in somebody's plan because they're ultimately not happy about their finances,
Well,
right? And that's just that.
yeah, and on top of that too, like most people don't realize that, you know, nothing good comes easy, right? Nothing good actually comes easy. You want a good-looking body? That's not easy. You want to make a lot of money? That's not easy.
Right.
You want a solid social group? That's not easy. Literally every single thing you want doesn't, like, nothing good comes easy. It makes sense because if it came easy and everybody got it, then it wouldn't be special anymore. You look at that.
Are you
know,
talking about girls right now?
everything, bro. You look at that.
Yeah.
You look at that Instagram model, right?
Yeah.
A lot of girls are probably gonna be like, damn, I want to look like that.
Yeah.
But then you realize maybe she sacrificed a lot. Now, I'm not gonna say that there aren't girls that are born and they have naturally good
Genetically,
physique.
yeah.
But guess what? If they don't take care of themselves, they're still gonna end up fat or they're still gonna end up
Yeah.
ugly, right? So, not regardless of what it is, whether it's how you want to look, whether it's how you want to sound, right? You want to speak better. None of it comes easy. All of it takes repetition, and most people aren't willing
Right.
to put in the reps, right? And the moments that, when you don't want to put in reps, those are the moments that you need to put in the reps.
They matter
right?
the most.
The days that you don't want to go to the gym are the days that you need to go to the gym.
Yeah.
Right. I think a couple years ago, right? Like I played a saxophone, and I hated practicing all the time. Hated practicing. But now it's like one of my favorite things to do, and I'm like, I'll say in my head I'm the best, right? Like I'm gonna say I'm the best, right?
Good.
Amongst the
You
people
should.
I'm around, right? And it's just like, but at first I hated it.
Do you
But
serenade the women with the saxophone?
not yet. Not yet. But that's the thing, right? It's like now, like I think Alex Hormozy said this. Maybe he got it from somebody else, right? When you get good at something, you start to love it, right? Most people hate the gym because they're shy. They go to the
Right.
gym, they're shy.
They're
they
not
don't
good
know what
at
to
it.
do, right? They don't know how to work out, right? I hear people say this all the time. They're like, "Oh, bro, I don't want to go to the gym because I don't want to look stupid." I'm like, "Bro, I
At
just
the end of
went."
the day, nobody cares.
Look, I'm
Nobody cares, bro. At
I'm-
the end of the day, bro, let me tell you something. You got to masturbate your mind in order to ejaculate ideas. It's very simple, right? When you are in your mind, you have to masturbate it in a way that you're like, wow, I really like that. You got to think in your mind, you lifting up that weight, you fucking killing it. You're going, you're doing it, you're doing it. And then you think, oh, wow, I could do this a better way.
When's
So-
the last time you went to the gym?
Last time, this morning, I work out twice. I work out twice,
Listen.
morning workout and afternoon workout, sometimes nighttime workout.
It-
But the reason is because I'm currently an athlete, so I have to keep up a high pace because I'm thinking like the sport that I play is like I slack, like my body takes a huge physical toll if I slack. It's not like, oh, we lost points, let's restart, you know?
Yeah, and that's everything. Now, when it comes to the underlying reason why a lot of people don't develop into a good athlete, or let's say having a good physique, whatever the case, right?
They're not
It's,
masturbating
no,
the mind.
no, it's that. It's all around the brain, because the brain it's a very unique organ, right? It has different what do you call it? Brains, not the brain
Neurons?
cells. Neurons.
Networks?
Yeah, neuron effects when you get the brain or train the brain to do certain things.
What burns out your neurons?
What burns it? Speaking to stupid people. It burns it like in a second. I'm tapped out right away.
So-
but
What's the most frustrating thing about speaking to stupid people?
look, it's just that you can't really connect. I mean, I want to speak to everybody, and
Yeah.
I don't care about speaking to everybody, right? But sometimes, I want people to use me as a resource of knowledge, or just speak things that might
Help me help
us,
you.
help you, yeah, help me help you type of thing. But sometimes you're like, man, how do I even work with this
Denser
people?
than a milkshake.
Right, it's crazy. So back to what I was saying, like the human brain, is a very interesting organ because it has control of the body, but it has control of your life. I don't know if you guys have heard what the subconscious mind does for you, but essentially, a lot of people need to retrain their subconscious mind for them
'Cause
to
that's how
actually
you-
see results, because
that's
your
how you-
subconscious mind never stops working for you, right? If you want a car, you're gonna see that car everywhere. If you want, let's say, better finances, you're gonna see opportunity everywhere. It's like I always say, listen, if you're not trained to see gold, it doesn't matter if somebody gives you gold right now, you're not gonna see it.
If you don't train your subconscious mind, what happens in your life, you're going to call it faith. When really it's your subconscious mind at
Right.
work. It's called Carl Jung's The Shadow. It's pretty much your shadow self. What you think you are, you end up becoming. Like two people walking down the street. One believes he can, one believes he can't. Both are right.
And one of the books that I'll advise people, now that we're giving advice here to, let's say people that are looking for a new year resolution, is very important to work on your minds. And here's a book. Joseph Murphy wrote the book, The Power of the Subconscious Mind.
Powerful book.
And you can,
Powerful
yes,
book.
you can go on
Very
YouTube
powerful
right
book.
now and literally listen to the Audible. Get the Audible. Listen to it for free. And just listen to the different stories in there. They have a lot of value for you to implement into your life. And I think this was the first thing that basically put me in a different track of
Different mindset.
Yeah, mindset, but track of, let's say, actions or success stories, like everything that I've done, right? Like it took one book and that was the book.
Do you guys think there's a specific food that we eat that makes us stupider?
Yes, fried food, sugar,
You
make
think
us
so?
stupid. Yeah, wears down the
So,
brain.
like fries?
100%. Yeah.
So-
Is there any food that you eat in particular, Duno or Franco, like that you guys eat in particular? You feel like I just got dumber.
No.
yeah, a lot of greasy food, bro.
I feel that way with candy.
I get itis, I'm done. Right? Like
Doo-doo-doo.
food that
So-
that creates that is bad for you.
So
actually,
on the same topic, right, of subconscious and neuropath,
Neurons,
whatever,
yeah.
right?
yeah,
Neural
So
pathways.
Neuralink, right?
Right.
From Elon, right? So they've released it, or they're looking for a test subject.
That
right?
shit
They're looking
scares
for
the
people
shit out
to-
of me.
They're looking for people that want to participate and so on, right? So in a way, right, AI is really pushing how fast that we're evolving right now.
Yes.
Too
right?
fast. Some say too
And
fast.
If you look at it in the next 10 years, right? Let's say Neuralink becomes like it's
It's a
boom,
thing.
right? Bro, it's gonna make humans, at least the ones that choose to use it, right?
Right.
Because we don't know which way it's gonna go, right? It's gonna allow lazy people to be even lazier, right?
Right.
Because the way I'm picturing it, right? I could be wrong. You're essentially, you want a new upgrade. You want that skill, plug in, you got the skill, right? You spend a type of money, you get the skill, right? Let's say a business owner, right? He wants all the salespeople to have a certain characteristic or a certain skill or whatever it is, however the Neuralink works, right? Because right now they're saying it's for people with, let's say a disease,
Yeah.
can't walk or something like that, right? So literally lazy people will have the opportunity to be lazier because now they
they don't have to work for it.
bro, they won't have to work for it. They can just plug in. But when you don't work for something, what happens?
You don't value it.
You don't value it. You don't appreciate it.
Yep.
Bro,
So,
this is terrifying.
dude.
Like the Neuralink, listen, man, I'm here to bring fear and I'm here to monger it. And this is how I'm going to do it. The Neuralink is the beginning of the end for like the mark of the beast, the human civilization. The human beings are now going to transcend into a medium between technology and organic matter. Let me put it like this. Right now, if I tell you I'm going to put a Bluetooth in your head, you'll be like, you're stupid. But once you see the first baseball player that puts a freaking Neuralink in his head and he starts slamming home runs, slamming home runs, slamming home runs, everybody's going to line up, put the Neuralink in me, put the Neuralink in me. And then, and only then, the societies that control the world are going to be able to control human consciousness. So there's going to be a guerrilla group of human beings that are just completely natural. No Neuralink. Doesn't care what benefits it gets me. And then you're going to have the group of human beings that know this is the future. We have to transcend our human skins and transcend into something even greater, which is machinery. And they're the ones that are going to get the Neuralink. So it's going to be Neuralink people which have a complete hive mind. You know what's going to be so crazy, bro? They're going to put a chip in your brain and they're going to delete your thoughts, delete your memory. Oh, you got trauma? Whoop, delete. Oh, you want to? Whoop, delete. And then, and only then, they're going to have full control over the human soul. And once they have full control over the human soul, you know what God's going to do? Flood it again.
Interesting.
That's some food for thought. Well, look, on that same topic, right? So, as we say that people are, on that same topic, right, where you say the government or people are going to be able to erase thoughts, right, and stuff like that, right? So, people are genuinely, right, are becoming less and less trusting of major institutions, right?
I think this trust is like
especially-
zero.
Well, that's the thing,
Yeah.
right? You look at even in the media space, right? Most
They don't trust
media
themselves.
companies, I think, I heard this, I forget who I heard this from, right? But he says over the next 2 years, literally, it's not even a decade anymore. He dropped it to 2 years. He said there's going to be a massive shift in the media space, right? Because people don't trust them anymore, right?
Yeah.
You look at CNN. How are they getting most of their views? I think it was they were
TikTok.
bashing Trump, bro.
How do
They
you think-
use
when do
that's
humans get
literally how they
physical
were
again?
getting all their. They
Yeah.
didn't know what to do.
When do people get physical again? Which is like, yo, I'm the biggest guy on the block. All these guys are freaking freaking playing Fortnite. Like, I'm just gonna take their shit. When does that happen again?
We're living very interesting times. That's all I can tell you guys. I mean, we have two groups of people. You're gonna have my generation being the last generation that really knows what's to be human, in my opinion.
That's fucking terrifying.
And and then we gotta live with what's ahead of us, right? We're gonna live in a world where we're gonna know and we're gonna see that all these kids, they have zero focus, right? They can't really focus because they have all these different options, all these different softwares, or all these different things that they can get, right? Like it's like the human brain is not gonna know how to behave. And that's gonna happen.
So they're
Well,
gonna
that's
upgrade.
And then
the
you're
thing.
gonna have people monetizing from that and using absolutely everything they can in that type of environment, human environment, and evolution, right? Which is actually happening right now.
Well, on that same topic, right? It's like the world is becoming a lot more interconnected, right?
Right.
We're becoming a lot more
Hive mind.
communicated and stuff like that, right? Because you look at something could be happening in like Timbuktu or some random
Nothing to do
country.
with you. Nothing to do with
Has
your life.
absolutely nothing to do with the U.S. or has absolutely nothing to do with my hometown or something
Zero.
like that, right? But guess what? You're still gonna have people that are gonna put it in your face, making it in a way where this is your problem.
Right.
You need to do something about this, right?
Right.
Which is fine, right? Everybody's entitled to their own opinions, right?
Yeah.
But the fact that we are, because think about it, a long time ago, right? A murder could happen in your town, and you would never know about it.
Right.
It could be 10 murders like back to back.
There was a
and
dude
you
in
would never know
Arkansas
about it.
shooting people. I forgot where it was that he shot like 13 people. And I was at my friend's house, and my friend was like, "Oh, I don't want to go outside. People are getting shot." I was like, "Really? Like, show me." He's like, "Yeah, in Arkansas or something like that." I'm like, bro,
And that's the
we're in
thing,
Jersey.
right?
Like,
And
like
that's the
that
thing.
has nothing to do with us. But
Exactly,
this
right?
guy wants to stay home.
Wow.
Exactly. So it's pushing, and this is why, like, the topic, right, is will you survive the new year, right? As we become more interconnected, right? As news travels a lot faster, like literally something could happen in 10 minutes and thousands of people will find out about it, right? Because that's another
Millions.
thing that millions, exactly. That's
Yeah.
one of that's something Elon is advocating for people to use X or
Yeah.
Twitter for, right? He's like, he wants more user news or something like that. Like something happens, report it. Use X to report it. It'll get massive
That's
reach.
the way you fight the machine. That's the way you fight the corporate giants that want to control our free speech and thinking. Is because, like, at the end of the day, if you control all of the news and the outlets on one
Digital
source,
government.
you can say whatever you want.
Yeah.
But if 12 people have 12 different stories and 12 of those are it's this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened.
You get
It's the
different point
only
of
way you're
views.
gonna know it's the truth.
And you know what's interesting about all that you guys are saying? I think Elon Musk is bringing freedom of speech back.
Yeah, him
right?
and Rumble.
Or
And-
is it a
and
bigger
Rumble.
trap?
No, it's not a bigger trap because it allows people to really speak.
And you
And
hear different
when you
perspectives.
speak about, let's say, CNN and all this communication channels, they're biased about what they got to speak about, right? Like, and they have to influence people to do things and behave in a certain way that doesn't interrupt or interfere with the real government activity.
So how does X
They
evolve?
can't really expose the government like that.
But how does X evolve then?
X-
Because they're not gonna let like this
X has
platform.
artificial intelligence behind
Already,
it right now,
already.
right? Which is feeding off all the tweets and everything that's happening on the X platform. Which means that ChatGPT version, which is Twitter's version, right, is going to essentially provide you with different angles, different answers that are more optimal to what you really are looking to get answered, right?
Be honest, Franco. What would you upgrade on your body once the new technology comes out? It's a 100%. It's not like the first year that they
Can
came
this
out with
go
the
off?
arm.
Can this go offline?
No,
I'm
we're
kidding.
live, baby. We're doing it live.
Well, that's the thing
Nah.
too.
We know
right?
your answer already.
So
Yeah, right.
with these platforms, right? You have X and you have Rumble, right?
Yeah.
There's a theory out there that eventually Elon might buy Rumble as well, right?
Yes.
That would be
And
crazy.
the thing is with free speech, right? There's never really truly free speech, right?
Right.
Because you're always gonna have people that will take advantage, that will push
banned.
You have
negativity,
150
that are
people in the
gonna push
pool?
the wrong things, right? That are gonna push just negative perspectives, right? Negative subjects. So you will need control to some extent, but
Right.
when you have massive corporations that only want you to follow a certain agenda,
Yeah.
now it becomes a problem, right? And even with you look at different countries, right? Some countries, they don't want free speech. They don't want you telling other people what's going on, right? Because in my opinion, I definitely think that there are truths that certain people cannot handle,
Right.
right?
The truth
Peop-
of reality,
Bro, there's
what
people
this
that
really all
literally
is.
cannot handle, because what is it? Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
Bro,
Absolutely.
the happiest people are the people that don't know anything.
The dumbest ones,
Right.
Buzzing
And
around. Buzz.
I don't know where I heard this, but someone said his father, right, told him, "You see that person, right? He's so happy, right? He was watching something on TV. It was comedian speaking, right? But he couldn't understand the language, but he kept laughing, right? And then his dad told him, like, you see him? He's the happiest man in the world right now. And then his dad told him, if you pick up that book, you will never be as happy as him, because now you're gonna know, whatever was in that book,
Right.
and now, bro, it shifts your reality. And there's truth that most people cannot handle.
I'm gonna tell you.
The thing about the truth is that it's sad.
Well, that's
Why?
the thing.
Because the truth is the truth. Doesn't care about your feelings. Doesn't care about
Right.
your imagination. Doesn't care what's going on. When you say the truth, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's true. And and one great example of everything that you guys are saying here, It's when people are sick with a terminal disease. Sometimes they don't know it for years. The
Yep.
moment they hear it, they'll be dead in a few weeks or
Dude,
months.
that's
right?
one thing,
that
right?
happens often.
In hospitals, right? I heard this. It's so crazy that most people will, like, if they don't have anything to fight for, they die quicker.
Right.
Oh,
Like,
of course.
you have the people that are career driven, like they're going hard in their career. They're in their 80s,
80 years old,
90s.
bro.
They're still going
Workhorses.
hard. The moment they stop, they die.
They
Yeah.
die.
Right? And it's the same
Yeah.
way with what we were saying about your subconscious, right? If you think you're sick,
You
you're
are
gonna
sick.
stay sick for
Yeah.
a long time, right?
Yep.
But
Mentality.
if you're like, I'm healthy and I'm gonna get healthy, you're gonna get healthy, right?
Yep.
But it's like you put a sick dog around a bunch of healthy dogs, it's gonna get healthy.
Yeah.
You put a healthy dog around a bunch of sick dogs, it's gonna get sick.
So who's the sickest going into 2024? What is the sickest mentality people have? Not sick like you're a psychopath. sick.
mob mentality?
I'm gonna
What?
tell you.
What was
The
it?
mob mentality.
Mob mentality?
I think people.
So
I
it's like
think
the cowardness mentality. Like people are all
Listen.
cowarding together.
I,
No.
I think that people that think Joe Biden is gonna win presidency. Those are the sick people.
Bro, no voter
in
registration,
2024,
migrants coming
yo.
in.
That's crazy.
Bro, he's just become the oldest president, I think, or something like that. 81 years
Whatever
old, right?
he
Or
is or
71.
whatever.
Do you believe Obama's actually the president? That Biden is a shadow puppet for Obama? Do you believe that?
He's definitely a shadow puppet to
For someone,
somebody.
right?
Yeah.
For someone.
I don't know who, but definitely
But-
something food for thought, for
So-
2024.
Another pandemic, right, for 2024 really is the fact that the rich are getting richer
Yeah.
and the poor are getting poorer.
So it's a pandemic.
right? And with that, right? And to stay right there, because I'm about to lose the train of thought. All right, it came back. So as the rich are getting richer
Right.
and the poor are getting poorer, right? Here at the CEOs Networks podcast, like, guys, there's so much in store, right? There's an announcement that I will make right now is we're literally going to be giving you guys 5 different segments every single day, and I'm not quite sure when we're going to start that, but you guys are going to see that
Next
very
week.
soon.
Next
Literally.
week. Screw it.
Because
all 5 of you.
We're going to have Money Mondays. We're going to have something on Tuesdays. We're going to have live Wednesdays where you guys are going to be able to call in. And when we bring in guests, you guys are going to be able to, let's say the last 30 minutes of that guest interview, you guys will get to speak to them.
Yeah.
On Thursdays, we're going to have another show. And on Fridays, guys, we're going to start bringing female entrepreneurs, female workers, and really just any woman that genuinely wants to come. I mean,
'Cause
look,
we're
guys, I
tired.
don't want to
We're-
spoil
we're-
it.
we're
I don't want to
also-
spoil it.
Fridays is happening because of me, because
Yeah.
I believe in
Yeah.
women,
Listen,
right?
listen,
I
listen.
believe
I
they are the
believe
future.
in women too. I'm just tired of women's rights. I want to talk about women's wrongs. What's wrong with that?
Guys, we are building something massive, and we genuinely want you to
take it.
and to come along on the journey with us as we
Yes.
continue to grow. And whatever that is for you, right? Whether you want to share this podcast, whether you want to keep it to yourself, whether you want all the golden nuggets that we drop, you want to be greedy and keep it to yourself, that's fine.
Look,
That's fine.
I'm just gonna say this.
I do want some ending words.
Yeah, go ahead. And end it.
End it. Listen.
No, don't end it. I gotta end it. But go ahead. Take it now, though. Take it now. Go first.
Go first. And
All
then
right,
I'll-
listen. So, in 2024, we only, from here until 2024, we only have a few weeks, right?
That's right.
And I think the first thing that we all have to be is thankful.
Absolutely.
100%.
Thankful because it's a new year that it's down in the books, right? I think that a lot of people went ahead and made very good, time for themselves in 2023. That was done through good investments, good education, good whatever it is. And some people are not in the same situation, right? But here's the good news. We're starting a new year. And it's going to be a year that's going to create a lot of headlines. Because
Absolutely.
we have wars going on. We have elections coming up. All
It's
these
gonna be
different
lit.
things. It's going to be lit.
It's gonna be lit.
Real estate, it's jumping up and down.
everything
And
is up
like
and down.
everything is just
What do you think is
in
gonna
the
be the
air right now.
mystery industry that pops up next year? Like an industry that we had no idea and it's just gonna blow up.
I think, the industry's out, but I think crypto is going to pop heavily next
Again?
year.
It's gonna come
yes,
back?
I think e-commerce is going to definitely come over and destroy a lot of small businesses.
The
I think
creator
that's,
economy as well.
yeah, the creator economy. is a
Dude,
thing.
everything is gonna be booming
Yeah,
this year.
and it's gonna create a lot of wealthy people.
I
And
think the trade jobs are going to see such an explosion next year. I think like people are going to go back to being plumbers. People are going to go back to being electricians. People are going to go back to being these manual labor jobs.
that's something that's definitely gonna happen. I believe that there's a lot of manual labor that's going to a tendency or trend. I think warehousing is one of those, and the
Oh,
reason
hell yeah.
why.
Hell yeah.
The reason
Amazon.
I say
yeah.
that is going to
Absolutely.
definitely boost the economy. It's simply because there are hundreds of thousands of square foot, being built for
It's only the things they're
warehousing.
building now. It's the warehouses.
Exactly. We went from having regular buildings to having warehouses now, simply because now we're not opening up centers for shopping or centers or storefronts. In other words, for mom and pop stores, right?
Just come and pick it up.
Is come and pick it up because it needs to be delivered, right? Like that's essentially what's happening. So yeah, those things are gonna go up. They're gonna create jobs, and those jobs they're not gonna pay a lot, right? Like it's obvious that that's not really for the middle class or the rich. Is actually for the poor. So here's the thing: a lot of people are complaining about their finances today. Right, next year they're wishing, I want to do this and that. I want to fix my credit, buy a house, do this, blah blah blah. They're not writing it down. That's number one. Number two, it's like education. It's out there right now, and we have the best college, which is Google. Google and YouTube. They'll give you all the resources that you need and the ideas and concepts that you need to put together to really change your life if that's what you really want. Because there are people out there giving free game. However, the thing about poor people is that they're ignorant. What they're doing is wasting their time in Netflix today, right? It's something that's not going to end. It's really how, poor people stay poor and rich people become wealthy, right? I haven't watched TV in months, and I'm not going to say I'm rich, right? However, I work very hard to fulfill my dreams, to help people out there, to actually impact lives out there, right? Like, and that's something that is part of who I am. And it's part of what we're doing today. But in essence, in 2024, people need to really put their feet on the ground.
They need to capitalize because there's literally opportunities are everywhere. Right?
Everywhere.
Whether you're listening to us, whether you're listening to some other podcasts out there, whether you're listening to just some random YouTube video teaching you how to start an online business for the first time, whether you've had some skin in the game, but you just can't seem to make or break, dude, like opportunities are everywhere. Capitalizing, putting your foot down, and sticking to something is what's going to get you further than most things.
Look at this, Duno. We're going to have maybe out of this video, we're going to have a few thousand or 100,000 views, right? This is going to happen in the next 30, 45 days. However, in this video, I'm just going to announce this because I want to give people value. I want to bring back to the people that have seen me grow and maybe support me today, right? Not everybody's going to support me or you guys, right? Or us. And that's okay. We're always going to have haters and supporters, and that's just the nature of life. However, two things that I'll announce right now. One, I'm giving away a free course on e-commerce. Anybody that wants to really learn something that pays their bills and helps them really come in and do something that allows them to generate additional money without affecting their regular lifestyle, that's available to you guys for free. Just follow me on Instagram, Real Franco America, if you're not following me, and DM me the word Amazon. Now, in the other hand, next month, we're going to introduce a huge project that we're putting together for you guys, which requires absolutely no education for you guys to get in. It's very high paying, and it's in a very hot industry, and that is solar panels. Guys, you can literally make a shit ton of money doing this. There's a 21-year-old person coming into the podcast next month that has generated close to $1 million just doing this at 21 years old. So is there opportunity for you guys out there? Absolutely. I'm going to make sure that the right opportunities are presented to you guys as much as we can. And this is, really the reason we're doing this. But the moral of this is this. Hundreds of thousands of people will see this video, and very few people will act. In 2025, the same people that don't act, they're going to be in the same shoes, in the same situation. It's always like the same group.
The definition
It's always the
of
same
insanity.
mindset, right? It's like if there is a definition to insanity, those people are all insane.
Repeating the same things, expecting different results.
Yeah, essentially. If you're not happy with your life, change something about your life, right? It's just bottom line rule of life. This is what you got to do. And that's essentially it. That's what I wanted to, present to you guys. That's my Christmas gift to you guys. This is my Thanksgiving wish you do better type of thing. And hope you guys take it.
It's a
Do you
wrap,
know?
guys.
I have some final words.
Yeah, don't make me cry though.
No. You need
I'm
to wake
crying
up.
already.
Oh, wow. Powerful words.
Yeah, powerful.
You just with the
Go.
thought.
Yeah, go ahead.
You need to wake up before it is too late. You need to wake up and see that this world is running out of time. Its hourglass is nearly spent. Woe to those who really believe that they are able to save themselves in a world where no one's coming to save you. At the end of the day, if you look at the bigger picture, if you're able to zoom out and see what is going on, the devil is building a God machine with AI. AI is actively going to predict the future because the devil cannot be everywhere all at once. Only God can. God can see the future and accurately orchestrate the future. The devil cannot do this. So he needs AI in order to reverse engineer what is a human consciousness, what is a human soul. Once the devil can re-inverse the human soul, he will be able to actively predict the future and create the perfect slave. Once there's the perfect slave, there's going to be no need for human freedom and human ingenuity. It's going to be a group of elites that are going to come, have the perfect slaves, and then take over the whole entire planet. How do we prevent this? Return to Christ.
It's very deep, guys. I'll tell you, I mean, I have some interesting personalities here with me. But yes, I believe that there's change needed. A shift of mindset is obviously the first step. And let's win big in 2024.
All right.
How many people join,
In total, there were 17 viewers today.
Nice.
One up, two.
We need me to go live on TikTok.
Whenever Sammy spoke, I just had to pick up his picture.
Do you want to do another segment?
I think you should do just the.
I think we're in the
relaxing
groove now.
segment.
I think we're in the
I
groove
think
now.
he woke up because he was sleepy earlier, but now
Yeah,
he's
he's speaking well now.
I was just bringing up the book Psycho-Cybernetics. It's all about self-image and the way you look at yourself.
Too small.
I gotta
Yeah, I
read
couldn't
it.
even see that shit.
Yeah, I couldn't even see it, bro.
That's why I wanted a whiteboard. But my other topic was when you were talking about the gym, fitness influencers using steroids to promote unrealistic body.
Bro, it's not even that. You have.
But it's known now, right? Like, people know now, like,
18, 19
That's
year old
fucking steroids.
Taking
fitness,
steroids.
not even taking steroids, but they're like 18, 19.
Crazy.
You're supposed to look good when
Super
you're
healthy.
18, 19.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy.
Another one?
I
Yeah,
think
let's do
you should
another
just
one,
do a good segment.
What are we going to do? Something else that we can speak about. End of the year, what people want to hear.
I think we should just shoot the shit. Like
Huh?
15 minutes of just shooting the shit.
No. Let's take it serious because this is about.
Then we can create content out of it.
Yeah. You want to do shoot the shit then? Or you want?
No.
Okay.
If we do a real segment.
What is
we
the
can
number one
clip
thing
this.
trending on Twitter right now? And we talk about that. 15 minutes.
I don't even have Twitter.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
use
sorry,
it for
X.
that.
Yeah, I don't have that shit.
I only use it for glitch deals so I can get discounts on things. That's it.
What can we speak about? Look, New Year resolution, war.
You wanna
we
talk about the
cover a lot
election?
of that stuff, huh?
The election?
Nah, election
No,
is too
It's
complicated.
political.
Too political.
so is the
You
war.
already did Black
That's
Friday
war.
yesterday too, so
We
you
don't,
can't do
yeah,
that one.
Black Friday we mentioned. New Year we New Year resolution mindsets. We spoke about that today.
This episode is going out on Tuesday. So
Okay.
Yeah. Let me see.
Bitches?
No,
No.
Ray, dude, talk to me.
We can speak about.
I can always talk about bitches.
We can actually make an episode of how sometimes we want to wish things were different, but we already have what we really want.
Accepting the past and moving forward.
I guess we could talk about like
Fucking
How-
Nuno,
how do
make
you-
up some shit? Huh?
what was the first step for you in changing your mindset?
We can speak about mindsets for a better year.
Yeah, what was the
Directly on
first
that.
step in changing your mindset where you said this is what I did?
Charles.
Charles not here.
Jeffrey.
Okay, talk about self-image.
Hold up.
How do you
Who's
look at yourself?
recording?
I don't know. That's
I think I'm gonna go talk to Jeffrey, but talk about yourself.
Jeffrey's here. Jeffrey's not here,
He's
bro.
not here. So who? Did anybody record that last one?
I hope somebody recorded
Holy
that.
shit, dude! Only 17 people will see that. Literally, not the whole thing. make sure I waved at everybody that joined, by the way, showing them things. And a lot of people said you had a great story to tell today. That's a good thing.
Yeah, that's good. People like me.